Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to Watch This Now. Crawlers is the St. Patrick's Day installment of Hulu's Into the Dark series. For those who are not initiated, Into the Dark is the partnership between Hulu and Blumhouse Productions, and they put out a horror-themed holiday movie every holiday. They've been doing this for the last couple of years, but I've only been paying attention for the last couple of months. Crawlers takes place on the night of St. Patrick's Day in a small college town where a group of partiers must band together to fend off an invasion of body-snatching aliens. Yep, it's the body snatchers of Into the Dark, and that would be more annoying if this one didn't give off vibes of The Faculty. But don't get too excited. My biggest problem with Crawlers is essentially my problem with all of the Into the Dark installments that I've seen so far, and that's pretty much that. They're TV movies. They're just kind of low aiming. They don't really seem to be trying to accomplish much other than the bare minimum for what it's trying to do. And that's disappointing to me because I think a lot of these segments have plenty of potential, but they seem to just be trying to upload something as fast as my YouTube schedule. But it's like, guys, come on, take the extra time to write a decent screenplay. Maybe put a few extra dollars into the budget so you can actually fulfill the needs of that screenplay, and maybe a lot more people will be talking about this shit. My real problem is that I actually think that these would be much better off as shorts, because so many of these Into the Dark movies, they have a concept and then a conclusion and a lot of stretched out material in between, and they're all around like an hour and 20 minutes or shorter. And so I think with such little material that they actually put into these things, if they just made some 15-minute horror films, that'd be really fun. But in the age of streaming, we've seen tons of creators take limited resources and churn out gold. So no, I'm not giving them a pass because they want to be cheap. But I will admit, I am a sucker for a holiday-themed horror film, and not every holiday has a bunch of horror films about it. Like, why don't we have more killer Easter Bunny movies? You know you want that. Crawlers mirrors the typical framework of the body snatchers setup, with our characters jumping around from location to location, trying to figure out who's an alien and who isn't. This movie is mostly lighthearted and it's trying to be fun, and that makes it a kind of enjoyable watch, even though it doesn't fully reach its potential. But there are some little things that I really enjoyed, like there's this local conspiracy theory that's really behind where the aliens came from. I thought that's fun. The aliens bleed green blood. I mean, that's so St. Patrick's Day themed. There's little stuff like that that I really enjoyed that I didn't think was cheesy. I really thought it worked for this. But I have to admit, for the first half hour or so of this movie, they don't even really reveal that we're dealing with aliens. And that's a real bummer because just describing the film ruins over a third of it. But what is really detracting from this is I feel like the script just, you know, as I've said, most of these have poor screenplays, but this one, I just feel like the viewpoint that's coming from is pretty immature. I really did not care for a lot of the thematic work in this movie. For instance, all of the emotional weight of the story isn't even attributed to the main protagonist, it's one of the other characters, and this is what I don't really care for. This girl, she is a victim of sexual assault. She was roofied by a frat guy. She wants nothing to do with the frat guys, right? Very college, pretty understandable. And one of her arcs in the movie is to not judge the frat guys by their covers. Like, there is a character who is a frat dude who in the story is revealed to have let whatever happened to her when she was roofied happen. He could have stepped in, could have helped, and he didn't. And the onus is on her to, like, not be judging him, and not on him to, like, I don't know, maybe step up and be a man and not, like, let chicks get roofied. And I just felt like it was very irresponsible and pretty problematic, to be honest. It just did not play well at all. And listen, I am just one that doesn't like when anything is one-sided. I like there to be nuance. I think there is always middle ground, and it shouldn't just be one thing or the other. And there was an opportunity for them to both learn from different mistakes and to maybe grow together, and that was just completely wasted. And I just felt like there was no reason to inject these themes into the film. It just seemed like it was trying to be topical in a movie about pub crawlers versus aliens, I just didn't think that was necessary at all. Crawlers is your typical alien invasion movie that doesn't really do a whole lot to break the mold or introduce anything new. However, it is trying to be lighthearted and fun, and for the most part, I'd say it's watchable. And since you can't go to the bar this St. Patrick's Day, you might as well drink at home. I'm gonna give Crawlers a 2.5 out of 5. For the most part, it's accomplishing what it set out to do, but I think it should have tried a little harder. I'd say that this is one of the better Into the Dark movies that I've watched so far, but that's really not saying much. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Crawlers and what your favorite Into the Dark installments are so far. I have plenty to catch up on, but I'm thinking about watching them all while I'm on lockdown and then maybe do a ranking video or something. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share this with your friends, subscribe to watch this now if you haven't already, because duh, and I'll see you in my next video.